All right, I thought it'd be good to go over a couple tools that are, I think, some of the best tools that I use day in, day out throughout networking, and they're also free. All of these you can go out and download and start playing around with them and just kind of help yourself out. Some of them are websites, some of them are actual programs, but I'll give you five here that I use that are free and just kind of point you down to directions that I wish I would have had when I first started off in my career. The first one's Putty. This one you probably already know about, but if you need an SSH tool, Putty is definitely the tool to get. It is very easy to use. You can do a lot of just different things with how it looks, how it feels, saving your logs as well. So if you start working on a big config and saving everything, and if there's an error that happens, you can go back and look at it. Uh, it is something that we use literally every single day. So number one, I'm just going to say short and sweet, Putty. Get it, download it, start using it. Eventually, you might go to something like CRT or Secure CRT, something like that that's paid. But for right now, if you're just starting off, get Putty, start playing around with it. The second tool that I will recommend is something called Netbox. Netboxlabs.com if you want to go there to kind of look and uh, kind of play around with it a little bit, download it. It is a single source of truth program. So basically what this program does, and I might do a complete another video on just on Netbox. We have it for our institution that we work for, and it is remarkable how much information you can put in there and pull out with just a couple clicks. And that could be a building level. If you have a whole bunch of closets within one building and you are trying to document literally everything, it'll put it in a web page form so you do not have to have Excel sheets for port maps. So if you're having port 1 go to your patch panel A2, you don't have to have that in an Excel sheet anymore. You can have that in an actual program and visually see that. So that makes it really nice. It is a static application, so it is not something that you can use for, say, dynamic information, but there are plugins that you can add into Netbox if you want to pull in, say, your switch configs. You can have all your switch configs there within Netbox that are just like a historical data. It's not live data, but it is fabulous. I can't say enough about Netbox. There is a Docker image of Netbox, or you can just run it on Metal as well. So um, both are options for Netbox. This is just a company that you can use, but you can get it from github.com if you want to download there as well. Just go Netbox GitHub. Yep. Yeah, so there's Netbox. So I'll try to put these links in the comments below. But this is it. This is where you download it from. The other one that I use is something called wintelguy.com. This is he's got lots of different tools over here you can obviously see. This is the best one I like. If you're looking up MAC addresses to try to figure out, what the vendor is, if you have a whole list of them, a lot of times you have to go in and type individual MAC addresses in, but sometimes, you might have, you may not know where the device is on your network on say a specific switch, but you know that it's a Cisco device, or if you're looking for a Cisco switch on your device and you think you have something in there that's like a rogue device, you can do a dump of all of your MAC addresses, and this does not you don't have to just have MAC addresses in here. You could have things like just random characters in here too, and it'll parse all that out and it'll only grab the sections that have a MAC address in, and it'll just get rid of everything else, and it'll tell you like what it is. Like these are group addresses. These are just like you know generated MAC addresses that I put in here. But here's a actual MAC address from MicroStar. So the NIC card is actually MicroStar. And so you can imagine if you had, potentially hundreds of these things, down here, um, it would find all of the MAC addresses, and you can go through and figure out which MAC address belongs to who, and start doing some sorting based on that. It's got other tools within here, IPGeo lookup as well. You can look at that kind of stuff. Uh, Subnet mask stuff, whatever. I mean, there's all different kinds of stuff in here that you can use. This calculator is actually pretty nice, but I'll get to another one later that I like better. So, wintelguy.com, great address. Cacti. Cacti is a graphical tool that you can use to plot out your interfaces. Just kind of give like a monitor status on things. We've kind of switched off of this and use a paid service now. But if you're just looking for something to just kind of get your foot in the door to learn about some real-time status updates, Cacti is a great place to start. It can give you information on a specific switch, a specific interface on a port, uplinks, UPSs, websites. You can build that all within Cacti. You can even build graphical maps. They even have something called the geo map. I can't remember the exact name of it, but you can actually have a map. So if you want to display it on a TV somewhere, so everyone could see, how the network is performing, or what the speed is of all of your uplinks, you could have a map generated that would show all that information. It is a really cool, neat, unique tool. So yeah, graphs. It can do graphs, all the different kind of stuff. Packages. It can discover things automatically. So if you bring in a new tool or a new switch online or a new device, it can automatically go out and pull that device in, and based on your templates that you have for certain things, it'll automatically dump that into your profile. The other one that I have, I've talked about this a lot already on this channel, but GNS3, I can't say enough about GNS3 in terms of just learning different operating systems, testing code, see how it's going to function, how it's going to work before you actually go throw something into production. Go see some of my other videos on how GNS3 can save you a lot of time and a lot of headache actually trying to do things live on your network. I don't know what else to say about GNS3, but just go look it up. Obviously, this is not going to be a in-depth review. This is just kind of giving you tools. But if any of you guys like any of these tools or want to see them more in depth, I can definitely make videos on how to go through some of these programs a little bit more in depth. The last one is the virtual subnet calculator. Obviously, you can get your subnet calculator from here, this IPv6 calculator from the Win guys, but this calculator does something a little bit differently, which is it divides out your subnets if you wanted to just drill down. So obviously we have a /16 here, and you can see I just hit this divide button, and it broke up this 16 into 2 /17s. Now say we wanted to take this bottom guy here, and we wanted to divide it out again. Well, that's a /18. So here you got 2 /18s, and it'll tell you how many addresses are in each one of those. So you have your range of IP addresses that the scope will use. Here's your usable addresses that you can physically use, the actual total number of hosts, and then if we just keep dividing this, you can see you don't have to do a lot of a lot of figuring out on where is this subnet going to land within a certain subnet. You can see this very quickly. So this is something that we've used quite a bit when we are doing subnet scheming. out, and you can visually see kind of where everything lands within the range in the subnet. So there's some of my 5 or 6 top free tools that I use. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and if you would like any of these to be done in more detail, let me know in the comments, and I will try to do a video on them. Thank you.